Welcome to the Virtual College Exploration for all North and South Carolina students, sponsored by the Carolinas Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers and StriveScan. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at CACRAO.org. That's CACRAO.org. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at that same website, CACRAO.org. I'd now like to turn it over to our presenters.
All right, welcome to Universal Technical Institute's CACRAO information session. I'm Jason Kendrick. I'm the education representative for Universal Technical Institute. That includes the NASCAR Technical Institute and the Motorcycle and Marine Mechanics Institute. And I'm joined by two colleagues, Brad Meekum. He covers the Greenville, Winston-Salem, North Carolina area. And then we have Mike. Will you introduce yourself, please?
Hey guys, my name is Mike Balthazar. I'm a admissions representative. I work with students and their families from the upstate of South Carolina and the far western part of North Carolina. Thanks for being here tonight.
So I know some of you on the call, you may be familiar with UTI, but I know there's probably some that are not. And we have a short video that we're going to start off with. I think it does a really nice job explaining what we're about and who we are. So take a look.
Why do people like cars? They're just tools, right? But people don't form leaf blower clubs. Nobody cares how well your ice maker works. Those are all just tools. We love this lifestyle. We put our time and money and blood and sweat and whole life into a tool. This is more than a hobby. This is our passion. This is who we are.
So a little bit of history about our school system. We opened our first campus in 1965 out in Phoenix, Arizona, and we've since grown to 2 campuses there. We have 3 in California, 2 in Texas, Houston and Dallas. We have a campus outside of Chicago. We have a couple in the Northeast. And then here closer to home, we have the UTI's NASCAR Technical Institute. It's located in Mooresville, North Carolina, or AKA Ray City, USA. It's about 35 miles north of Charlotte. And then down I-95 and across on I-4 into Orlando, we have a UTI and MMI facility located there. So if you're adventurous and you want to leave the state or the Carolinas to go off to school, we can certainly accommodate that. However, if you want to stay here a little bit closer to home, we have again, the NASCAR Technical Institute located in Mooresville. All these campuses together train students for careers in the transportation and motorsports industries. And here are the subjects that we offer at our schools. Automotive technology, NASCAR motorsports, diesel industrial, collision repair and refinishing, welding, CNC machining, motorcycle and power sports, and then we have the Marine Mechanics Institute as well. All of our training is career specific, so obviously that means we just train in the subjects that our students want, and therefore our students are able to get trained in and out anywhere from about 9 to 17 months. And I would say on average about probably 14 months. So in addition to our students being able to get their core training in automotive or diesel or motorcycle, our students have our opportunity to train with our manufacturer partners as well. We train for great companies like Nissan, Ford, Porsche, Honda, Harley Davidson, just to name a few. And we're going to go into these in a lot more detail further in the presentation. Currently, about 70% of the fastest growing jobs are in STEAM fields. STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. Some school districts are using STEAM, which is science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. But currently, we know of about 3 million trade jobs that remain vacant. And not just in the transportation motorsports industries, but in a lot of other trade fields as well. So for you as a student trying to figure out what you're going to do and for a career, that's certainly going to be good news, because there's going to be a lot of opportunities out there for you. Specifically how it relates to transportation and motorsports, the Department of Labor tells us that we're going to need about 1.1 million new or replacement technicians between now and the year 2028. So think about that, 1.1 million, that's a lot of job openings. There's really three reasons why that we have this many openings, or will have this many openings. The first reason is there's more cars on the road than ever before, okay? 1.3 billion worldwide, 273 million here just in the United States. Number two, they're senior citizens, they're retiring or getting ready to retire, which that's going to create a lot of opportunities that I didn't have. I had to compete with the senior citizens. You're not going to have to. And so these senior citizens are going to be retiring. They're not just technicians either. They're service managers, they're business owners, school teachers, factory representatives. So, it's not only going to create opportunities at the technician level, but beyond. And the third reason is the evolution of technology. Most people don't realize, but today there's about 100 million lines of computer code in the newer vehicles. 100 million lines of computer code. And this 2019 Ford Raptor is no different. As you can see on this vehicle here, the different types of systems, terrain management system, pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking. So if this vehicle or the computer determines that, thinks you're about to hit something and you're not trying to stop it, this vehicle is going to try to stop the vehicle or stop. Rain sensing wipers. So you don't even have to turn the windshield wipers on this thing. It will come on automatically. So all of this technology, the consumers are asking for it. And so today's technicians, not only do they have to be good with their hands, but they have to be good with their minds as well. A little more about our programs. So our automotive program at most of our UTI campuses is 51 weeks. And we have several electives that our students can sign up for: Ford, Toyota, GM, Mopar, Nissan. There are a few programs that the students cannot sign up for. They have to be invited into those. And Brad's going to get in more detail on those, but it's BMW, Mercedes, Porsche, and Volvo. Our automotive program in Mooresville at NASCAR Technical Institute, it's the same automotive programs we teach at our UTI campuses. However, the power and performance is a little bit different. At NASCAR Tech, we have race cars, but at the other campuses, we have more of a, hot rod use super street feel. If you like making cars look good on the outside and inside, you might consider our collision repair and refinishing program. We teach structural, non-structural repair, factory paint, custom paint using metal flakes, chrome illusions, candy apples, and we teach estimating as well. On the manufacturing side, two of our newest programs that we've offered or have been offering is welding and CNC machining. These programs are about 9 months long. And again, the reason that we can do this in 9 months is we're not teaching the other subjects, just teaching that one subject. If you like motorcycles or side-by-sides, you might consider the Motorcycle Mechanics Institute. This program is 42 weeks minimum. You can add to and take more than just two manufacturers. So Honda and Kawasaki would be a 42-week program. But if you want to add Suzuki, you could, or even Yamaha as well. So we train on the top 6 selling bikes in the country, as you see. BMW, Harley Davidson, Honda, Kawasaki, Suzuki, and Yamaha. And if you like being outside and being on the water, you might consider the Marine Mechanics Institute. There we train on outboard, inboard, stern drive, even diesel as well. So all right, Brad's going to take it from here.
Now you can hear me. Okay. So thanks, Jason.
Sure.
As he said, these are our partners. So if you look at these are a lot of important partners. You know, a lot of you get judged by who you hang out with. So do we. And we hang out with some pretty cool partners. For example, you look at Harley over here. We're the only program, or the only school that teaches through the Harley PhD program other than Harley itself. We have 3 different locations for Porsche. We're the only school that gets to use that NASCAR logo that helps train NASCAR technicians. So this is important when it comes time for you to be able to get a job. You do not need to have any experience before coming to UTI or MMI. We will assume that you know nothing. Some of you will come with a background, others don't. Either way, it's perfectly fine. In each class, as Jason said, for example, the core automotive is 51 weeks. It's actually 17 3-week classes. Each class is 3 weeks long, so you're only doing one thing at a time. For example, you're only worried about brakes for 3 weeks. You're not worried about automatic transmissions when you're in brakes. And when you're in automatic transmissions, you're not worried about manual transmissions. So we're going to teach from the ground up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just briefly talk about the automotive program. Then I'm going to show a video. Then I'm going to take you guys on a tour. So as Jason said, automotive is either going to be 48 weeks or 51 weeks. Most of the places it's going to be 51 weeks. It's going to be all the basics, basically bumper to bumper. The NASCAR campus in North Carolina is 48 weeks. What makes it a little bit different is going to be the high performance. We do it on NASCAR engines versus, say, rat rods. So let me show you a video about our automotive program.
Some of us drive them. Some of us race them. Some of us just admire them. But we all have some sort of relationship with them. With more than 250 million vehicles on U.S. roads, the need for trained auto technicians is huge. In fact, there are expected to be more than 1.1 million job openings for technicians by 2028. And with the technology advancing so quickly, the demand for tech-savvy technicians will too. To prepare for a career that requires you to use your head and your hands, you need to train in state-of-the-industry labs with late-model diagnostic and repair equipment, learning from instructors with real-world experience and a reputation for excellence. UTI has relationships with manufacturers of more than 35 leading brands, giving students the option to take additional training programs with Ford, Mercedes-Benz, Toyota, BMW, Mopar, GM, and others, which can improve opportunities for graduates. Our instructors and students are real enthusiasts, which makes school feel like, well, not school, but more like a day at the track or in the shop. In our Power and Performance course, which is included in our Automotive Technology program, we go old school and revisit the days of hot rodding, then work our way to the modern, street-legal performance cars of today. We tune engines, change heads, and modify cams. We train with superchargers and even nitrous. Then we go high-tech with engine remapping and chipping. But we don't stop there. We put those engines on the dyno and push them, learning how to maximize output. And for those who want to go from the road to the racetrack, our NASCAR technician training program is the only one endorsed and sponsored by NASCAR.
Even that core curriculum helped me immensely with all the measuring tools, just getting familiar with more stuff, getting experience. Honestly, you're actually working on these engines that have been raced before, and then you get to put them on the dyno. So it's helped me. I feel like I'm ahead.
UTI's Auto Technician program is a great option for students who have a passion for solving problems and a knack for using technology. For students who prefer blacktop to blackboards and like to have fun while preparing for a career that's in demand. Employers rely on UTI to train technicians who possess the professional and technical skills to make a difference from day one.
You can make a good amount of money as a technician. Don't let people tell you that you're not going to make any money, because you can. You put the work in and you get paid a livable wage.
Okay, that shows you what our automotive program is like. Now, what I'm going to do is take you on a tour to one of our campuses. So this is something that you guys can do. You can go to uti.edu/virtual tours. And this one isn't the North Carolina campus, but they're all pretty much similar. So you can kind of pan around and see, as Jason said, high performance over here. A lot of the campuses is going to be more like rat rods, but North Carolina it's going to be NASCAR. So there are several classes that you're going to see here. You're going to see undercar, alignment, advanced electronics, alignments down here on the end, and you'll see a lot of the newer vehicles. So it's really big. The North Carolina campus, for example, is about 3.5 football fields. By the way, I can't drive as well as y'all can. I'm not as good as you teenagers. But this gives you kind of a good view of what the automotive program looks like. And let me show you our NASCAR campus. So this, what makes it NASCAR, it's 48 weeks. Your high performance is going to be on NASCAR engines. So if you look over here, we've got an engine dyno on our left. You've got what we call our spec engine lab here. This is where the people that take the NASCAR elective, the best ones, are going to build some live racing engines. For those of you that are close to the Winston-Salem area, we have Bowman Gray. A lot of people have heard about it. And Burt Myers is there, one of the top racers. Our students build his engines. We build engines for people all across the country. So this part is the elective. Everybody's going to do high performance. It's included. And you've got welding on the end. So you'll learn some MIG and TIG welding. You'll learn metal fabrication. So if you go over here, metal fabrication, chop saws. You'll see the English wheel down here. These are the red ones. So basically what you're learning to do in this class is you're learning how to build a NASCAR, but obviously we don't have time to build a full NASCAR, but you're doing things like on the left here at the bottom, you'll kind of see, so you're taking the flat piece, then you're going to curve it just like you would on a fender. So you've got different chassis, different setups. Jason had mentioned some of the advanced classes that we have. If you go to UTI, typically it takes about a 3.5 or higher, 97% or higher, and a good driving record, and it opens up BMW, Mercedes, Porsche, and Volvo. These are electives where they're paid for by the manufacturer, so if you do well, they would then pay for you to go down for, let's say, the BMW class to Florida for 16 weeks. So let's take a look at the BMW class, and you're going to notice that these are all newer vehicles. The reason for that is they want you to work on the newer vehicles because that's going to make you more money, and it's going to make the dealership more money. So once again, this is a 16-week program. Mercedes is the same. I think Porsche is 23 weeks, and Volvo is close to that also. So this is the BMW lab. Okay, so that's on the auto side. Now let's say that you're interested in diesel. Typically students for us are either going to go to diesel in either Florida or Pennsylvania. A lot more are probably going to go to Florida. So in the diesel, you're going to learn skid steers, dozers, semi trucks, brake system, refrigeration units like Thermo King, Carrier. These are live engines, and you can tell kind of by the color what they are. For example, this red one's going to be Cummins. We can go through here. You'll see a yellow over there. That's going to be Cat. So these are functioning. What they're going to do is they're going to code these to where they don't work, and then you're going to have to fix it. We had the same thing kind of in the automotive where you saw the half cars, the clip cars. They're fully functioning minus airbags and radios. So same thing here. You do have the opportunity if you want. So let's say you went to Florida, you could do auto and diesel. So the diesel program by itself is 45 weeks. Auto and diesel is 75 weeks. So let's say you're into collision. Collision is going to be in Texas. This is a big building. If you spin around, so we got different paint booths. Just take a look at all the different paint booths that we have, guys. There's a lot of different paint booths here. There's downdraft, there's cross flow. It's a 51-week program, and I'm gonna click on this because it lets me get here a little bit faster, a little bit better. And as Jason mentioned, you would do like the custom painting, something like this. You spend 3 weeks learning how to airbrush. So this one is huge. Got a lot of ventilation systems you see here. Once again, you'll see the clip cars. You're also going to learn some electrical in this too, because when you're taking a car apart, you're going to need to know how this, not quite as much maybe as an auto technician, but you're sure going to need to learn quite a bit. You'll see a lot of tools. Actually, I get lost. It's so big in here. I'm just going to go right through the middle of stuff. Let's see if it'll let me do it. Okay. So you have frame alignment. Okay, then we'll come back around here, and we're basically back to where the paint booths are. Okay, let me show you. There's a bunch of tools over here on your left, if I can angle it. Okay, tools are provided at NASCAR, UTI, MMI. You do not have to buy tools while you're there. Another program we have is CNC machining. It's in North Carolina, also at the Mooresville campus. When you think of CNC, think machining. My dad was a machinist for R.J. Reynolds for 25 years. And it was just beginning to get into this when he retired. Our partners on this are going to be, now pretty much for every program that we have, we've got some big partners. Mitsubishi Materials is the same Mitsubishi that y'all have heard of. Roush Yates, Roush does all the high performance for Ford and NASCAR. And the girl before in the video, Madison Conrad, that's where she works. She has been there, I think, about 3 years now, and she's already had 2 promotions. So this is going to be more for somebody that you like applied math. It doesn't mean that you have to love math. You don't have to be great at math. This is going to be more some of the basic math that you enjoy cutting, building. There's grinders, there's lathes, there's milling machines. There's a lot of good jobs that come out of this. I personally have had about 5 or 6 graduates from here. I've got one actually works in the NASCAR industry right now, doing CNC machining. He works for Brad Koslowski. So that's the CNC machining program. So motorcycle, this is going to be in Orlando, Florida. The motorcycle program, as Jason says, it's going to be core 18 weeks of bikes. After you do the 18 weeks, we're going to be doing everything on the bike. You're going to be taking it apart, putting it back together. Then you're going to choose 2 electives, either Kawasaki, Suzuki, Yamaha, or Honda. So here we come into Kawasaki. And as you look around, you'll see a lot more than just bikes, right? Jet skis. You got a mule here at the end. And they all look pretty similar to this. So this is, most of my students tend to be pretty excited because they get to go to school. This is something that's fun for them. You also would do high performance. You'd get to, they've got dynos down here. Okay, so let me take you to the Marine program. So in the Marine, there's multiple classes. You'll actually get some Marine diesel also. So I'll take you into the Marine diesel. Let me turn. Doesn't want me to turn. Okay, and then this is kind of the inside, and you can go outside. Once again, same thing as we saw before. You're going to see all these engines. These are fully functioning engines, but it's set up, as you can see right here in front of us, it's set up more for the hands-on. It's for training aids to help you guys be able to learn it. So big Volvo Penta, Honda Marine. This program is 51 weeks, so a little bit less than a year. The collision was 51 weeks. The motorcycle program, somewhere between 42 weeks and a year. NASCAR program, by the time if you take an elective, it's typically about 14, 15 months. Same thing with automotive also. So now that you've seen the virtual tours, let me come back. These were the highlights. So we have the diesel program, most likely would be in Florida or Pennsylvania. Collision would be in Texas. CNC is our local option. It stands for Computer Numeric Control. It's in Mooresville. And the motorcycle program is in Florida. And the Marine program is also in Florida. Now I'm going to turn it over to Mike.
Hey, Mike, I think you're muted.
All right, I'm here now. I'm not muted any longer. Thank you very much. So we do have 12 campuses across the United States, as Jason mentioned. I think one of the things that is important to know is that at UTI or MMI or NASCAR Tech, if you don't live in the state that the campus is in, there isn't any out-of-state tuition. So you don't have to pay out-of-state tuition fees, which is really great. And the real reason that anyone goes to school and gets education and training is so that when they're done, they're employable for the field that they want to get into. So we really make it a big deal for us to focus on the outcomes of our students and are very proud of our employment rate. So 4 out of 5 students are getting placed in their field of study, which is really very strong, right? And UTI has over 220,000 graduates across the country in the time that we've been training in the past, years since, past 65 years. So what I want to do is give you a video that's going to give you an overview of all the programs, and really make sure you understand that it's for the hands-on style learner and that we support that type of person.
We're for success of the hands-on heroes, the mechanical geniuses, the fixers of broken things, the ones who make what goes wrong right. Because without them, the world literally stops moving. Yes, we're for their success, which is why we've partnered with leading automotive, diesel, motorcycle, collision repair, marine, CNC, and welding companies to create state-of-the-industry facilities throughout the nation, and to ensure our students learn the technical and professional skills they need in the way they learn best, hands-on. Are you one of these hands-on heroes? We have a variety of programs to choose from. In Universal Technical Institute's Automotive Technology program, you can learn how to diagnose, maintain, and repair domestic and foreign automobiles. You'll find out how to troubleshoot problems of all kinds using engine analyzers, handheld scanners, and other computerized diagnostic equipment. After completing UTI's Diesel Technology program, you'll be prepared to work on everything from big trucks and corporate fleets to farm equipment and more. You'll start with basic diesel engines and work hands-on through all major areas like transmissions, fuel systems, air brakes, chassis, climate control, and preventive maintenance. In the collision repair program, you can learn about welding, frame alignment, mechanical and electrical repair, custom paint and body applications, and factory paint. In the new welding program, you can prepare for a career making sparks fly, cutting, shaping, fusing, and repairing everything from buildings and bridges to pipelines, power plants, vehicles, and even aircraft. You could even choose the NASCAR Technology program in Mooresville, North Carolina, where you can learn things like engines, fabrication, welding, aerodynamics, and pit crew. In the new CNC machining program, you'll get the skills you need to drill, mill, grind, route, and cut parts with laser precision. For everything from high-performance engines and medical equipment to aircraft components and industrial applications. At Motorcycle Mechanics Institute, you can learn how to work on everything from street bikes and dirt bikes to racing bikes to the hottest Harleys on the road. At Marine Mechanics Institute, you can work on everything from stern drive, inboard gas and diesel engines to outboard two-stroke and four-stroke motors to prepare for a career on the water. The choice is yours. There will be 1.2 million auto and diesel technician job openings by 2026. Get there. Faster, smarter. Universal Technical Institute. We're for success. Your success.
Okay, so the next thing I want to talk to you all about is advancement opportunities. So within any career, whether you want to be a nurse or work on cars or be a school teacher, you're going to have opportunity for advancement and growth. And the transportation and manufacturing industry is just the same. So you'll have students leave our schools and get entry-level roles and then quickly move up to being, mid-level technicians, master-level technicians. We have graduates that are now, working in the field as, shop foremen and service directors and even shop owners, right? So the thing with advancement opportunities is just like in life, right? You have to show up every day and have a great attitude, want to learn new stuff. In this industry, you're always going to be learning new things, which is exciting. So if you have an open mind and you're motivated to move up and you get the proper training and have the expertise, then your career can go out on the fast track. And a lot of that is also accompanied with the programs that Brad and Jason mentioned, our brand-specific training programs. The sooner a person has certifications and credentials, the faster they can progress their career. So I just want to give you a visual of what it's actually like to go to UTI or NASCAR Tech or MMI. This is our campus in North Carolina. It's just north of Charlotte. And like Brad and Jason have mentioned, we have an automotive program there. We have our CNC machining and the electives that we offer: Ford Lincoln, Nissan Infiniti, Mopar, and our motorsports NASCAR elective. So this is a day in the life of one of our students, which is very descriptive. I mean, it's a very good picture of what it's actually like to attend one of our campuses.
Hello, my name is Britton Bowen. This is a day in my life. I am a UTI student studying auto diesel technology. all of these. We got all of these clip cars around here. What goes on is the instructors have purposely made faults in each of these clip cars so that we're able to diagnose certain problems with each one.
Monitor that circuit 257, unplug the PCM. If the voltage is still there, what does that tell us about the
We
circuit?
got a cross short.
Right, and if the voltage went away,
PCM problem. We got a 5-minute warning bell. Going back to class now. I'm gonna do attendance roll sheet, and then we'll head back out to lab to do some more diagnostic practices. Okay, if it's got an ignition problem, we should be able to say, okay, what sensors affect that ignition? Is it a secondary where maybe it's just a simple spark plug that's gone bad, or does it go all the way back to originally how it gets sparked to the PCM or ECM? We'll deal with the entire electrical side or mechanical side. We go through build engines, we build and go through transmissions, both automotive here, but then down at the other end of the lab is strictly all diesel. Grab a bite to eat. And then off to work. Have to do a little homework and such, but we're all done for the day.
All right, so as you can see, our students have a full day. They get lots of hands-on training. We'll help you with finding a part-time job. A lot of time it's related to the industry, right? So how do you actually pay for your education? Whether you want to go to a university or a school like UTI, you got to put some time and energy into getting the funding together to go to school. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to complete your financial aid, the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid. And that's something you're going to do with your parents. And, you know, based on their family situation, how much money a family makes, how many people might live in their home, or how many people are in college, the federal government has grants, which are money that they'll give you to reduce the cost of school. And the cool thing about grants is that you don't actually have to pay that money back. So it's yours to use to pay for education. Then you have scholarships. You know, a lot of different schools have scholarships that you can apply for. There's also public scholarships for different businesses or organizations maybe inside the town that you live in or the place that your mom and dad might work at. So there are scholarships available. And most scholarships that you're going to apply for, the first thing you're going to need to do to be able to do that is actually complete your FAFSA, which is that financial aid for the federal government, right? The cool thing about scholarships is that you don't have to pay them back. And we're pretty proud about the amount of scholarships that we offer our students. We have $15 million in sponsored scholarships that are available to our students to apply for. And then you have the student loan program set up through the federal government. Now, with loans, you do have to pay them back. But the cool part is that you don't have to worry about making payments on those loans while you're in school. Once you leave school, you have 6 months. Then you have to start making payments on those loans. And it's going to be a monthly payment at a low interest rate. And you're able to spend 10 years paying it back. So it does make it doable for most people, right? So the other thing that I want to highlight is the things that UTI has done to help our students as well. We partnered up with our local employers nationwide. We have over 4,500 employers that will actually help our students, with different things like helping them pay back their student loans, giving them money to relocate, giving them money for, sign-on bonus, giving them money for tools. And those things we have established with different employers. And just like Brad said, if you want to get into some of our programs, you're going to have to excel at UTI to have the opportunities here, right? You want to have good grades, good attitude, good attendance. And when you do that, obviously you're going to be a better technician because you've grasped the concepts better. So you're going to make money as a technician by itself, but it's also going to open many doors for you, from being able to get into a program like Porsche, or maybe working for an employer that offers a tuition reimbursement program. So I want to wrap this up and just kind of give you a quick overview. I mean, as Jason mentioned, the careers that we train for are in very high demand. We offer career-specific training. So when you come to our school, you're not going to take English or have to write research papers. You're not going to take those core academic courses, right? No psychology, you're not taking a foreign language. And it's a lot of hands-on training. That's the only way that you can really learn this stuff. And it is accelerated. Our students go to school full-time. So you can be done with our program in less than 2 years. In most cases, in a lot of cases, it's really just a year to a year and a couple of months. So it is quick, and the job market is very strong. And we have people to help you at the end with finding, you know, your first career job. And another cool part about UTI is we'll continue to work with you as a graduate, offering you lifetime employment assistance, right? So if you are interested in our school, I mean, if you're on this Zoom call with us tonight, you've expressed an interest. So there's really 4 steps. You've kind of taken care of the first one. The second one would be to make sure that you talk to your parents about your interest. You know, the sooner that you talk to your parents about what you are interested in, you know, the more serious they're going to think you are about it, right? So make sure that you talk to your parents if you haven't already. And then you want to connect with your local admissions representative. So we're pretty different in that fact is we have regional admissions representatives that live in your general area. So we want to be close to the students that we're helping through school. So we live in the area that we work with students and their families in. And once you've connected and had a good conversation with that person, then you can schedule an admissions meeting to see if, you know, our school is a good fit for you. And that would be a meeting with you and your family to go through all the details, making sure that, you know, we are a good fit for you so that you can be successful through our program. So what we're going to do to get you that information is I would like to share with you. Well, actually, let me show you what you're going to get. I apologize. When you request information from UTI through the QR code, you're going to get a workbook that has some really great information about planning for your life after high schools and some tools that you can use. We're going to give you a brochure that has great pictures and different things like interactive virtual links like Brad showed you, along with some videos. We'll give you a career exploration guide so you can, you know, see what type of learner you are and what type of jobs. And then we have a cost of living worksheet that you might be interested in. So and to get this information from us, one thing you can do is you can take your cell phone and point your camera at that QR code. And when you do so, it'll slide down your internet search bar, which will open up a way for you to request information from us. You can also go, if your QR code happens to not be working, then you can go to jkendrick.uticentral.com and it'll bring you directly to that. Or you can email Jason Kendrick at jkendrick@uti.edu, or you can certainly text Jason at any time and he will connect you with the appropriate representative unless he's the person that you need to be talking to, right? So if you want to take a photo of this, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and scan that code or go online, request information, or send Jason a text message. Like I said, we'll be sure to connect with you. So I think that's all I got, guys. Do you all have anything else that you want to add, Jason, Brad?
Nope.
No, I think you explained everything very well. Thank you, gentlemen. And look, we appreciate the participants that joined us tonight. And as Mike mentioned, if we can answer questions or support you in any way, please feel free to reach out and we'll be glad to assist you. So at this time, we'll turn it back over to CACRAO.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. And thank you all for joining us tonight. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. Also, this was just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions at CACRAO.org. That's CACRAO.org. In about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all the other session recordings at CACRAO.org, that exact same website. Thank you again for joining us and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thanks.